Hello, hello, hello. My name is Moon, and I have some quick business to get through before this episode begins. First off, this is the first episode of the A-Team campaign we are currently producing. Make sure to check out the B-Team campaign and other content we put out as well. Secondly, we are very new to this, so please forgive any mistakes with audio. We will only improve from here. Lastly, there is a content warning in the description of this episode. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful time in the 12 Mystic Seas. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Moon, and I am so excited to finally bring you Tales from the 12 Mystic Seas, our podcast showcasing the Shuffle TTRPG system, also the world of the 12 Mystic Seas. I have three of my very best friends here today. If we could go and all introduce ourselves a little bit before we begin with the story.
Whew, is it hot in here, you guys?
I know, it's intense.
It's getting a little intense in here.
Yeah.
This is technically the third time we've done this first session in this campaign.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Which, hopefully we have it down by now, you know? Everyone's memorized the script?
Yeah, we should have it down, right?
Yeah.
Wait a
What are
minute.
you talking about? This
There's a
is just gang members hanging out.
Well, sorry. No script. All right,
No script.
Sawyer, if you could
Wait a minute, I
introduce
just got out
yourself
of the game.
first.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Hello, my name is Sawyer. I've been helping Moon develop and also helping is a very light term. Moon has been doing so
help?
much work. I help occasionally. I've been helping Moon develop and playtest this, making new aspects of it, as well as helping him refine some of it as well. We've been doing this I think I've been helping him for around about a year. I just can't wait I'm really excited for this because I've never really recorded myself before.
I've been working on Shuffle for about 2 years now, so Sawyer has come in, really helped with a lot of the cool flavor of a lot of things. Mechanically, you've had a lot of inspiration on the martial side, which I think I, as a game developer, kind of focus more on the magical side, so you've kind of given more to the martial players, which everyone in this campaign is at least a half martial character besides Cherry, so
I just like to
this will
hit
be
things
doing
with
if
a
I'm
big
not
weapon, you
full
know.
fantasy character.
Oh, absolutely.
Fair
absolutely.
enough.
Teddy, if you could go next.
Oh, hi, I'm Teddy. I've been helping Moon. I was there at the first ever Shuffle session, which is
The
wild.
first ever game 2 years ago. Yeah.
Wild. It has changed drastically. I know my words so well. It's
I added
changed
dinosaurs.
immensely. I was there playing with a velociraptor, and he was cheating, but it's changed so much, and it's gotten so much better with every change that's brought to it, and I'm happy to be here for the first ever recording of myself. Hooray! But I'm Teddy, but not today. Today I will be Cherry Vivaldi.
That's right. We're all characters in a giant game.
Whoa.
Go.
Jaden Weed, that leaves you.
That does leave me. Hello, guys. My name is Jaden Weed. I've only been doing Shuffle for around maybe 6 months, maybe 5-ish. But it seems like I've been here a lot longer. It always seems like that.
Your impact is so profound on this
Literally.
world and this system.
I went to Moon and I was like, hey, can I introduce something that has never been even thought of? And can I help you make half of it?
Jaden has not put pen to paper or put fingers to keyboard and added anything to the lore document or the mechanics document, but basically through sheer force of personality and asking nicely, and also that asking nicely in a way that's also a demand, Jaden has added a good swath of both mechanics and world building to Shuffle and the 12 Mystic Seas.
I am what you may call the note taker.
Oh, yes.
Every campaign that I've been involved in, I've always taken notes. Everything I write down to make sure that I know what's going on, because I have what I like to call the memory capacity of a goldfish. And I don't remember lots of things.
So hard.
I know. So taking notes is kind of what I've been doing for the past 6 months, and it's been wonderful. And I am so excited to bring this shuffle to a whole new world of people, because this is not the first time I have recorded my voice.
That is true.
It is. This is like I'm like comfy. I'm sitting pretty, and so excited to bring Moon's 2-year experience to the world.
Finally get other people into my rampant hyperfixation of a system and a world and a world building. Those of you that have seen some of the other videos on our podcast feed, me and Jaden also recorded the 2-hour-long lore dump video for the entirety of the 12 Mystic Seas. If you're watching this episode, if you're watching the other campaign, we did talk about the Sea of Gold.
We did talk about the Sea of
That's my
Gold.
favorite.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We talked about how you have added a lot to the Sea of Gold, Teddy.
Go on and on about it.
Well, if you're watching this campaign, if you're watching the other campaign, if you're watching the character creation episode we're gonna put out soon, or any of the other things, and you want to like a wider idea of what the 12 Mystic Seas are, absolutely go watch that 2-hour lore dump. It is great. It's a good time. It's a fun time. It's informative. It's silly. It's great.
And it's great for just listening to people's voices, which
oh yes,
definitely works because it's long and it's informative. And I learned a lot.
Just listening
Yes.
to some silly people ramble on about some cool stuff.
the
Wacky, cool fun time.
yes. The biggest thing before we begin that I want to reiterate is that this is not Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is Shuffle. This is a new system I have been developing. It uses some of the same terminology and some of the same vocabulary as Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. You might see some terms that are familiar. It is built to be understandable by people who only know 5e, so if you're coming to this from a 5e background, some things are going to make sense, but this is a new system, and it's a new system that's in active development, which means between sessions you should see changes, mechanical changes to the characters and how they work, which is also fun because it is technically now in active beta. So if you like what we're doing, if some of the mechanics are interesting to you or the world is interesting to you and you want to learn more, we do have a Discord that has access to all of these things. And if you want to run shuffle games yourself, we absolutely would love that. And if you want to be a part of kind of the growing of this system and the beta testing of the mechanics, kind of ironing out all the kinks, you'll see it mostly works. I think it like 99% of the time
We've
works.
played
We're just
a lot of it. We
Yeah.
play it quite regularly, so it definitely works out.
for about a year and a half. After every single session of Shuffle, I would make big changes to the entire system because it was clear a lot of things were not working. And now it's in a really good place where we just need to test some of the higher level mechanics, as well as just ironing out a few kinks with a few specific skills. With that said, I believe it is now time to begin an adventure within the 12 Mystic Seas.
I got butterflies.
That gets a clap.
Now, we don't begin in the modern day, actually. We begin quite some time beforehand. A century before our story takes place, we begin in a large manor. This tall, 7-floor building built out of large bricks of stone. There are torches on the walls. There is a intense ambiance of fear here, as everything is shadowy and everything is dark. And the things that aren't dark show monsters, show dead, like, gore everywhere, scattered all about. There is lightning outside. There's this intense storm that is shaking this building to its core, and running from room to room, terrified, through the hallways of this great manor, is a young Radon girl. Now, Radon is a race that is new in the 12 Mystic Seas. The Radon are, in other systems, might be known as rat folk or mouse folk. They are around the same height as humans. This young girl, around the same height as a human girl for her age, of 9 to 10. She's about 3 feet to high, 2.5 to 3 feet tall, dressed in this beautiful royalty dress that someone with a high social standing, whether it is governmental or economic, would give to their daughter. This young girl runs into a room, holding a little stuffed rat by her side, sobbing and terrified, looking for her parents. She finds the dining hall, where there is a long table with all of her brothers and sisters and the many extended family members that live in this manor, all sitting at this table, their eyes gouged out, sobbing blood over empty plates. Rotted food appears everywhere on the table where a plate isn't. She shuts the door quickly, and, terrifying, clutching onto the stuffed animal tightly, she runs into the next room. This next room is a game room. This is a room of play. There are blocks that have letters written in the native Radon language. There's stacks of young picture books that tell of the Radon and the Paniki, the two races in the Sea of Darkness. And there are dolls laying on the floor, discarded, that all pick their heads up by themselves and move, snapping their own stitching at uncomfortable, inhuman angles to look at her. They all say in unison, "You're gonna die tonight. You're gonna die tonight. We know it. You're gone. You're dead." She screams and shuts the door. She runs on further.
Oh my gosh.
Behind her, down the hallway, a beast is slowly moving through these hallways. She has not seen this beast yet, but she is ever so familiar with this beast's presence. This is not the first time this beast has visited her in her nightmares before. She's running up as the bottom floors of this building, despite the ravaging storm outside, are catching on fire. She's running from floor to floor, trying to find her parents, trying to find any of her siblings, someone that could protect her. She's on the 5th floor, still searching. This beast behind her slowly growls. She has never seen this beast's face, but this low, guttural predator growl is bassy, and it reverberates throughout the entire structure of this great manor. She feels it in the floor. She feels it in her bones as she is being chased. She opens another door, and she finds herself. Small, young Radon girl, dressed in the same dress she is actively wearing, on the ground, back arched with a rapier through her stomach, in blood, much more blood than her body could realistically hold, seeping out of this wound in this river, this gushing river of blood into the floor. The blood seeps and fills it. There's about 2 inches covering the entire floor of this room. This room does not have windows, and it is lit by candlelight. Many, many candles that now surround her. 5, 10, 15. As she looks more, there's more and more candles in here. But these are not regular candles on the floor. These candles... Well, Jaden, how tall is your character?
They're around 5'7".
They have 2 legs and 2 arms made out of this. Jaden, what color is your character?
A waxy auburn yellow.
These candles are made out of this waxy auburn yellow wax with a single wick on the top of the head that is burning, giving light to this room. They are all surrounded. The corpse of this young girl that she's seeing on the ground, they're all surrounding her, almost in reverence. Maybe. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's something else this girl won't understand for a very long time. Maybe they're surrounding her for a reason that she'll never understand. Unlike the other rooms, she stays in this room for a second. The image is clearly terrifying. It is nightmarish, as is everything else in this manor. But she stays here. She lingers for just a moment. Jaden. It is at this moment you gain consciousness. Something happens. You're kneeling on the ground. Your hands, your palms are outstretched in front of you towards this corpse of a girl that you've never met before. You see there is a rapier stabbed through her chest. The rapier made out of this brilliant silver. The wear on this rapier gives it the illusion of having almost screaming faces on the side. The same way a finish on a Damascus blade has that almost rainbowy finish with the lines. This one is black on silver, and it shows clear 2 empty sockets of eyes and a stretched down, impossibly long jaw screaming. You're on your knees, and you can move your fingers. The young girl doesn't realize this, of course. She's too entranced with the image of her own dead self. You can think now. You can stand up. You can move however you need. What are your thoughts on what you are seeing right now?
I think I can breathe. I have this new sense of warmth that fills my body from my toes to the tips of my fingers to the top of my wick. I look down and I see what is left of this Radon girl, blood mixing in with the pink of her dress. And the only thing that I can say, Mademoiselle?
What?
And that is all.
The Radon from the doorway stands there, finally hearing something from someone. Are you nice?
Mademoiselle?
There's a beast after me.
It had in my... It's in
I
my
don't
life.
know how to wake up.
What do you mean, wake up? Where am I?
Are you gonna hurt me?
I don't know.
Can you run?
I am so sorry. I don't know what I have done.
She lunges forward. Clearly there's some miscommunication and confusion between you two. She grabs your hand and moves to, take you out of this room. What do you do?
I go along.
Okay. She grabs your hand and pulls you out of this room, leaving the other many
Wax people?
props, candles, wax
People.
people behind. You look quickly as you are being, dragged out of this room. The wax heads slowly turn on an invisible axis, not to look at her, but to look at you. The corpse of this young girl on the ground turns her head to move as well, blood still gushing out of her chest. I don't know. I'm asleep, but normally I can say it's a nightmare and I wake up.
Could you not do that now?
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. This is a dream. This isn't real. She still holds your hand.
What?
I don't know, but there's this beast after me.
A beast?
Yes.
Do you know what it is?
No. But it's with me. It's been with me for quite some time.
I see. Is there anything I can
You
do?
hear the rumble of this growl. You run from the 5th floor up to the 6th. Actually, kind of interestingly, give me a perception check. Don't actually me, I'm the dealer. I can do this.
I got a king and a fool.
Ooh.
Wait.
Huh?
My chosen suit isn't it's not clubs anymore. It's spades.
No. Yes,
I got
it
a
is.
king of my chosen suit and 4 of my chosen suit.
Cards of your chosen suit are worth 1 more than the value on the card. Kings in shuffle are worth a 13, so a king of your chosen suit would be worth a 14.
Plus 4 of my chosen suit, which is 5.
A 5. So that's a 19 plus your wisdom for this perception check.
Wow.
That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
That's really
I've
good for the first
plus
check of the
2
entire
wisdom.
campaign.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, a 21.
That's crazy.
You're in the stairwell. You hear this rumble. You can feel the footsteps. They're not heavy. They're not like ironclad boots. Not physically, but maybe emotionally, they carry so much weight. And in this realm you are in, and in this manor you are in, that matters. That matters here. As you were in the stairway going from the 5th floor to the 6th floor, you feel that it is 2 levels below you, going from the 3rd floor to the 4th floor. Going up the same stairway. You wait for a moment. She goes, "All right, just give me 1 moment."
What are you going to do?
Holds your hand. The beast goes up the stairs. These thin wooden stairs creak as, again, the metaphysical weight of this beast 2 floors down slowly climbs up these stairs. It waits at the edge of its stair and then enters into the 4th floor, not following you up. She goes, "All right, my mommy should be here somewhere. She is sometimes.
This is your mother.
Sometimes it's my daddy, but most of the time it's my mommy.
Okay. Okay,
So we can find
Yes.
her, right?"
listen to me. We can
Yes.
find her, and you will be safe, I swear. I swear by it.
All right. She runs forward, pulling you, opening more doors. You see more nightmarish creations of this young woman and her life. And these perversions, you see what appear to be her siblings. They have the same marking of the fur, just older. No one younger than her. They all seem to be older. Hanging from nooses in one room, their necks cracked and broken at irregular angles. She was before taking this hard, but now that she's holding onto your hand, she goes, "Nope, they're not in here." And just like avoids it and just moves out of it into the next room. In one of the other rooms, this is clearly based in its place in the hallway. There's this baluster outside of these big set of double doors where you can actually see all the way down into the house, into the front room by the front door. You see this fire raging from down below in this manor, and you see these large beast-like animalistic footsteps that leave this soot behind that is not catching on fire. So you see the negative spaces where fire isn't, where this beast has walked. She goes, this is their room. Opens the double door. You see, sitting on the edge of a bed, facing away from the door and facing towards a balcony, you see a mother and a father, Radon. The father is clearly older. You've seen some paintings in the house that are now clearly of the father. He has this gray fur that is turning white on the ends, this furrowed brow that has been kind of a constant. He's never smiling in any of the photos, and he is sitting on the edge of the bed next to what you presume to be his wife, who is not in any of the paintings. Sorry, I said photos, I meant paintings. They are sitting on the edge, holding hands. She goes, Mommy, Daddy, is that you together? I've never seen you in here together before. In this moment, the raging fire and the storm and the lightning outside and the thunder calms. Not necessarily calms, it just gets muted out as you are pulled into this moment. Please. I want to wake up.
It is alright, mademoiselle.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It is okay.
Mommy?
It's okay.
This sharp cracking of bone as both of their heads pivot 180 degrees behind them and go, You have been a very, very bad girl. No, I've been good.
It is okay, get behind
I've
me.
been good, I promise. You feel for the first time this phantom itch on your palm. And you think you can do something to scratch this itch. It's not actually there, but you have like a feeling in a part of your body that's not actually there, right? It's like, I have this weird uncomfortable feeling in my hand, and I know I can do something to solve it, but I don't know what
In
it
general,
is yet until I do it.
Jaden Weed fashion, are you telling me it is a cursed-born sixth sense?
Not necessarily. This isn't an all Curseborn thing. This is your character specifically.
Alright. I shall scratch my itch.
Question. Left-handed or right-handed?
Oh, left-handed.
Left-handed. The rapier flies through 2 levels of the manor floor, breaking through the wood planks into your left hand. As you move it through the air, the finish on this blade moves with it, revealing more screaming souls everywhere you go. This is Phobosian silver. This is a material only found in the Sea of Curses, the sea you are currently in, even though you do not know that yet.
No.
It is extremely rare and packs some pretty intense native magical properties.
As soon as it enters my hand, I look at my hand, look at the silver, I put the base of the rapier upon my forehead, do a slashing motion, and go right into musketeer formation. Rapier at the front, swishing my cape in the back while protecting the girl.
I'm going to need from you 2 melee attacks.
Melee checks.
Yes.
Wonderful. Let me do some shuffling.
That's the name of the game.
Oh!
Actually, the game.
That's
Do you
the
think
name
we should have put like a gore warning at the beginning of this episode?
I did not.
I will.
Hey, that's what the 10 seconds are for.
I'll put a trigger warning. Don't worry.
So I pulled 4 cards for
Interesting.
2 melee checks.
Yes.
I got. Well, I am like a newborn, so this is gonna be
That is
okay.
true. That is true.
I pulled a 5 of hearts
Okay.
and a ace of diamonds, so that's a 6.
A 6 is not going to hit. You have this blade in your hand. It calls to you. It is yours. You go to slash with it and you go wide. This father like bends at the waist at a 90 degrees backwards, fully cracking what would be a waist. Dodging your attack.
My second melee attack is slightly better. It is a 5 of diamonds and a 8 of spades, which is my chosen suit, so that's a 9.
So that is a 14 plus your dexterity
3.
with a rapier, so that is a 17. A 17 is going to hit. Are you attacking the mother or the father with this? As they have jumped off their beds and leaped for you, like animalistically, they galloped on all fours and then leaped for you,
like a certain fox.
like Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Yes.
Awesome. I'm going after the father because it looks like the Radon girl has more of a connection to her mother.
Yes.
Let's attack Daddy Dearest first.
Okay. Pull 2 cards for damage before I describe how this works.
And I always go 8. So that is a 5 of spades, which is a 6, and an 8 of clubs,
14 plus dexterity,
which is 3.
so 17. 17 damage. You kill him in an instant. He bends backwards. He bends back up. You stab him through the heart. Unravels into nightmare fuel, whatever.
Is it the same like soul-like thing that's in my rapier? Like it
no.
just shatters into like dusty, ghastly faces.
It actually doesn't, because this nightmare doesn't have sentience. It doesn't have a soul. It's essentially just a prop in this nightmare.
Oh, so it's like what I'm imagining is like it's a cardboard cutout and it goes back into like Paper Mario, and it just like falls back.
You know, I kind of love that.
I stab it and I go ah, and then
And
it
it goes,
just and then it just
and falls backwards. I pulled this before. The mother goes to hit you with an 18. Does an 18 hit?
It doesn't. I have a 19.
What?
I have a 19 dodge. That's crazy.
The mother goes to jump for you. You have this very impressive cape behind you. Where did you get this cape? Because I don't think you were created with this cape. Did you pull it off a suit of armor running through this manor?
I might have, yes. In my original design, I have more of a copper coat. But I think in my earlier days, I have just a thin champagne gold cape.
Cool. The mother jumps towards you. Normal Radon hands just grown into these grotesque long claws, about to dig into your chest. You're able to take this cape in full Matador style, use it to almost catch her and redirect, and she is thrown into a wall of this master bedroom, crashing The young girl pulls on your cape and goes, No, she's my mother. Don't hurt her.
Mother, you do not have to do this. Save your daughter, please.
Her bones crack and bend as her legs fall and collapse into her torso, and her arm grows 20 feet long. Her bones in her arm grow through the palm and extend between her fingers outwards to create these 10 feet long bone claws that she uses to attempt to slash at her daughter. I will give you choice.
Oh no.
I pulled a 13, which is enough to hit her. I can let you jump in the way. If you jump in the way, though, it will be a hit, guaranteed.
I do jump in the way.
That is a 10 of spades, which is also my chosen suit, and an 8 of diamonds, which is a 19 for damage.
19 that the Fortnite got. Who wants it? And no one
Okay.
laughed. Okay, guys. I can't be anything anymore.
Bro got the whole squad laughing.
Bro got the... Come on, guys. Oh, God.
You take 19 damage, just like across the whole body, as this ungodly machination of what used to be this young girl's mother slashes you. You bleed melted wax as it falls onto the floor and then immediately dries into these weird clumps on the ground, mixing with the sawdust of this wooden floor. The girl runs over towards your side and goes, "Are you all right?"
It is okay, mademoiselle. I am A-okay.
All right. I don't think that's my mother, so I think it's okay if you kill her. Because I've never seen my mother do that before, so I think it's all right if you stab her.
It is okay. All right, if that is what you wish. Justice waits for no one.
Dang.
I get up, rapier in hand. I go back to my pose, and I face this mother, I guess.
Yes. Give me a check to hit.
Double queens.
Queen being
my
worth a 12.
gosh.
That is a... Two
Holy
queens is a
crap.
24 on that check, plus your 3 to dexterity is a 27. You absolutely hit. Pull 2 for damage.
Dang, what a punch.
Justice waits for no one.
You rush forward towards her, your champagne gold cape flying behind you as you go to strike her through the head. How much damage do you pull?
I got a 9 of hearts and a 5 of clubs, plus my dexterity, which is 3.
17?
17.
You see the jaw is cracking and growing downward, forming this like deep toothy maw. But as the jaw grows downward, more teeth grow up in its place, creating about 12 sets of lower teeth on her as she is preparing for another attack against her daughter. You stab her through the skull. She goes, oh. Dissolves into ribbons that fly away to return as raw nightmare fuel in the sea of curses.
I turn to the Radon girl. I get
Oh,
down on
thank you.
I get down on one knee. Mademoiselle, I know you can do it. You have to wake up. None of this
Alright.
is real. You will be fine. Now, please.
The footsteps of the beast get louder. She goes, oh! And she runs back and she closes the double doors and she goes, the beast is here.
It is not real.
He's never gotten me before.
Please. It is not real.
She runs towards the balcony and opens it up and runs out. The rain and the storm outside start to fall into the room. Everything next to the balcony doors are instantly soaked. As she runs outside, do you follow her?
It looks like she's gonna jump. So yeah, I'm gonna go follow her.
You see for the first time the Sea of Curses.
The motherland.
The Sea of Curses. The sky is black and cloudy. Sorry?
Bro had
The
to
sky-
sneeze.
The sky is black and cloudy. The ocean is this raging ocean storm. It's this black onyx color. It's almost impossible to look through, except for the storm that is happening underneath the surface of the ocean. Clouds and lightning rumble and strike underneath. You look down and you see there's nothing around this manor. This is one island that has the manor on it perfectly. It doesn't, like, there's no coast, there's no other land around this. It is sheer cliff face and then the side of this house. She goes, "Oh, all right," and starts to try to climb the stone bricks on the outside of this manor to get up to the roof of this place. I'm gonna give her a acrobatics check with a deficiency, where she will pull 3 cards and use the lower 2 because it's raining. The rocks are slippery. That is a 12. Minus
Oh.
1 is an 11. She goes and she falls. She falls. Give me a dexterity
Saving
check.
check.
A forced dexterity check, otherwise known as a dexterity saving throw.
Let me do some shuffling.
Oh, that's the name of the game,
of the game.
everyone.
Again?
Name of the game. Whoa.
Couldn't believe my ears.
This is so crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Alright. Put these behind. Oh. A queen and a
Oh.
2.
That's a 14 plus a dexterity of 17. Sorry, plus a dexterity of 3 is a 17. You are able to catch her by the waist and bring her down to the balcony.
Mademoiselle, please.
No, I need
You
to.
have
And
to face-
she moves to climb the bricks again.
I get in her way. I
No,
hold
no,
her by her
please.
shoulders.
Please,
Mademoiselle.
it's gonna get me.
No.
It's gonna get me.
You have to face it. There is
No,
no other way.
I can't.
You've never faced it before. How do you know it's bad?
Because I see it when I'm awake too. She instantly disappears. The fire on this manor shuts off. The footsteps of the beast stop. She's gone. The beast is gone. The storm underneath the ocean still rages, but the storm outside of the manor instantly ends. Give me an Arcana check.
King of my chosen suit and a 3.
14, 17, plus your intelligence.
2.
2. 19. On a 19, you think she's woken up. But when she woke up, the beast left with her as well. The fire is gone, and you are free to roam this manor as the first ever Curseborn. Before we end this mini scene, what is your name that you find over the course of the next century before we see you again?
Hello, my name is Louis Parafin. I am the first ever recorded Curseborn. I have my rapier. I was born in the Sea of Curses, in the nightmare of this young Redon Duchess. 'Tis all.
Yes, absolutely. And we will pick up with you soon. Elsewhere in the Sea of Curses. Many, many decades later, we see a way. Capital W-A-Y. Ways being the only way to travel between the 12 seas. These portals that appear inside these giant waves. We see a way get created. Stands at about an impressive height of about 150 feet tall and about 400 feet long. Much bigger and wider than any way most people have ever seen. It is created out of the inky onyx surface that is the Sea of Curses. And it stands alone. It's not a part of a storm. It's not a part of anything else. None of the waves by it seem to be affected by it. And none of them are the same height. It is this weird water monolith that is just sailing through the ocean of the Sea of Curses. We follow this way for a bit. as it moves in a straight line. The waves around it crash and move in every so direction that they desire. The ocean and the Sea of Curses being in a storm, most of the time. Waves crash up against it, but this wave does not falter as it moves forward into this line until it finds a home between these large stone pillars the size of islands. These stone pillars are between 3 to 7 miles thick, depending on which ones you go to. They are sheer stone cliff face on the side. And if you look up, it's hard to tell if they ever have a flat surface on top, for they may just extend upwards to infinity. Weird, metallic, bird-like creatures with a wingspan of 100 feet cling to the side of this weird stone embrace. They and they move with this mechanical, broken, jutty, inhuman, like uncreature-like movement. This thing moves like a machine. It has these, as it takes off, you hear the movement of like pistons, and it spreads its wings out fully, showing a canvas wing with metal attachments to it, and a engine somewhere in its body, powering these turbines on the side that allow it to move. It doesn't seem to be manned by anyone. It seems to be entirely made out of metal. Here we see this way reveal something. By the looks of it, baby hippo. This frankly adorable beast appears out of this way as it is the perfect size for it as well. The way then crashes as it kind of moves forward and reveals this hippo behind it. This is a beast in this world known as a tamoose, and tamooses can travel between seas whenever they wish through the ability to create ways. This tamoose is not alone, though. On its back, we see about 150 Pentato newborns.
I hate you. Sorry. Just had to make that quite clear.
Wow, that was out of nowhere.
Oh,
What have I
God.
done?
That was out of
What have
left
I done?
field.
I'm just the narrator.
Oh,
what
man.
do you do? This isn't my backstory.
Whatever.
We come back to the Sea of Curses. We see many newborn Penteo. Penteo are essentially bug people, for lack of a better term. Many of them have 4 upper limbs and 2 legs. They are a variety of different colors. Many of them haven't grown exoskeletons yet, being newborns. This tamoose is also clearly a newborn. It hasn't even gotten its gray pattern yet. It's like soft and pink as it appears in this place. These newborn Penteo, these small bug people, just kind of roll around for the first day. By the second day, they're standing up, and by the end of the week, they're speaking and holding things in their hands and having conversations between them. Sawyer, could you describe the week-old version of your character?
Well, he has what is looking to be long pincers, very long pincers, but quite short as he is only a week old. He has a soft exoskeleton starting to be grown, which has a slight metallic hue to it. It's not necessarily metal, though. And he is standing fairly taller than other Pentato. He doesn't have 4 arms like the rest of them. Instead, he has 2 other arms. He has a little bit more upper body mass than the lower body. And he has a very flat-looking head with eyes positioned right next to the pincers on his head. They're black and beady and small. compared to the rest of him. He stands at about right at the moment about like 5'8". Yeah. Yeah.
No munchkin.
5'8"
I
week
haven't
old
seen that.
Wild.
5'8" baby.
Can I real quick actually and say
That's fair.
Penteo grow quick? I don't think they grow
Okay.
that quick, and you're
Okay, that's fine.
probably
Just
around
a
a foot tall.
suggestion.
Okay.
I didn't know the specifics of how fast they grow. I knew they grew fast.
Yeah. Not. We haven't specified it, so this now is as good of a time as any. I also want to clarify, not all of them have 4 arms. I'll say about 20% do. This blue growing shell on its back in the start of a exoskeleton that also has a metallic tint. This blue Pentale comes up to you and goes like, hey, Puck.
Oh, hey, how's it going, pal? How can I help you?
So, we've been here for like a week. Speaking's nice. I'm still working on a name. I'll get back to you on that. But, I've been seeing these, like, monster things on these weird cliffs we're passing through.
Those weird bird-looking things. Those are the ones that you're talking about, right?
Yeah. I don't know about this place. I mean, obviously, I trust Jimmy below us, right? I named him
yes,
Jimmy.
of
I don't know if he hasn't
What
talked
is
yet,
with
so
you
I'm
and
assuming
your
he likes it.
hyperfixation on
Mr.
guys
Webb
named
speaks a lot
Jimmy?
slower than us.
I like guys named Jimmy. What are you gonna do about it? You're not here. You're a
Yeah,
weird
right.
wax guy a billion years ago. He goes. Yeah, I named it Jimmy. Once Jimmy talks, I don't know about this place.
Yeah, nor do I. I mean, I don't know what to expect here. I mean, we were literally just born a week ago.
Right.
Why? What are these large stone things? What is their deal?
I don't know. Do you think they end? Because I've been trying to look at them like all week, which is crazy. So like it's been my entire life, right? And I don't think there's a top up there.
Maybe when some of us develop wings, we can try and fly up to the top.
Oh, I'm starting to, and he shows like this tiny little pair of wings on his back underneath his outer shell.
Whoa,
He goes,
that's wicked!
yeah, I know, it's quite cool, I think.
I think I'm
we can make
developing
it
some wings
work.
as well.
What?
Yes.
That's my thing. Nah, I'm kidding.
I can do it as
I'm
well.
joking.
Come on.
I made up this thing. It's called a joke. So, you two, have this, have this conversation. A few more weeks come by, and everyone hears the Toulouse finally speak. It goes, "Hello.
Oh, hi, Jimmy.
I have chosen this place for what?
We just decided to give you a name because you couldn't talk yet.
What is a name?
You know, something that you can go by. You can call someone over, like, hey, Betida, get over here.
Yeah, what's up?
See?
Oh,
And now
we
we can
talking
call
to
you by
Jimmy?
Yeah.
I don't think I like the name Jimmy. Well,
Oh,
until
that's
you make
fine.
until you make a new one. Here's the thing. I thought of Jimmy, and I gave it to you, and then when I had to make a name for myself, I was like, dang it, I already gave Jimmy away. I gotta think of a second one. So, Betida is obviously the second choice after Jimmy.
As well, yes.
He goes, oh, alright. I have chosen this space. This is where we will live, and this is where we will thrive. Something calls me here. Something I'm not quite sure what yet. Alright. Guess we're sticking
Okay.
around.
But this place looks kind of dangerous. Have you seen those things up in the sky?
Have they attacked us yet?
Well, no, not quite.
Then we must be strong. We must train and learn to live in this place we will now call our home.
Oh, I don't know. It's been about 3 weeks, you said? How long has it been?
Yes. You are
How,
3
how,
weeks
how
old.
have our developments come in terms of like our growth?
You're about a foot taller now. You're getting this weird itch, like at the place where the flesh meets the hard exoskeleton. You're getting a weird itch there. There's something like uncomfortable. It doesn't necessarily hurt. It's still there though, and everyone around you seems to be getting it too.
Interesting.
Yeah. it's a little uncomfortable. We cut through the next 9 months of your
A big strong
development.
boy.
At the end of 9 months, you are essentially a
A
grown
big,
human.
strong
Sorry,
bug.
a grown adult.
A big,
A
strong
big, strong bug. You have started to grow plants on the back of this Tamoose and build buildings. There is the semblance of a government here, a like
Dang, we move
like
fast.
people that are ruling over everyone else. What is Pox? Is he like? What is Pox's self-assigned role in this environment?
He would probably be a fighter, a soldier of sorts, like
Absolutely.
protector against others.
A month after your first conversation with Jimmy, a metal being attacks. And everyone together is able to fight it off.
Oh my gosh! I told you this place was dangerous. Jimmy, sorry.
You will be strong.
Are you sure this is the right idea?
Do you know anything else?
I don't like this Jimmy guy.
I guess
I
not.
don't like this Jimmy guy.
You continue onward. Multiple attacks happen over the course of the next 9 months. Your exoskeletons start weighing you down. It gets there's definitely a month there where it's difficult for people to move as your bodies are becoming too heavy to move, or it's cumbersome to move. Through just existing with weights being a part of your body, everyone grows strong. Everyone grows stronger out of necessity. Penteo are a very adaptable race. They can physically change and adapt to their environments well. So everyone here grows strong. So when attacks happen again, this smaller metal bird appears, lands, opens its beak, and there's a like metal tube inside of its mouth that is just pointed at Barida specifically. Everyone goes like, "Wait." He goes, "Wait. Maybe it's not attacking me."
Maybe it isn't.
There is an explosion inside of this bird as this metal sphere flies out of this barrel and hits Barida straight in the chest. And his new metal exoskeleton deflects it. He's thrown back 50 feet, thrown into a wall. He demolishes a small building you guys have, as there are trees and vegetation and life on this Tamoose. Jimmy has grown
are you okay?
exponentially himself.
How'd you survive that?
I don't know. It's this weird part of the body that we're all growing.
Did it hurt?
Hey. Yeah, but I'm not dead. You know?
That's enough to be thankful for.
Hey, everyone! You see that bird? Let's kill that guy.
Let's kill the guy with hammers.
And let's kill him with hammers.
Let's kill him with hammers.
And all of these 9-month-old Penteo are jump on this bird and tear it apart. Metallic feather by metallic feather. The attacks are happening more frequently, and everyone here is strong enough that your buildings are made out of essentially the carcasses of these creatures. There's a weird inside when you get to like really deep inside of them as you're like pulling metal feathers apart. There is a part of it that seems like, I don't know, it's this weird like gooey red at the base of all of them. But you don't really use that part. That part's just kind of like thrown off or used to like ferment the crops. The metal stuff is like built though. So a lot of these buildings are have frames made out of the metal feathers of these creatures and like the canvas of what were their wings as the walls. Wow. As this kind of moves on. Growing crops gets harder as more of Jimmy's flesh is turned to metal as well.
This harvest is not going very well. What are we supposed to do?
You sail further into this land, the stone pillars get bigger, they get more intense, until eventually there's this deep rumbling engine of this large creature on the side of one of these stone pillars. This one doesn't have wings. This one is built like a tank with this growling face. It leaps off and it jumps onto the back of Jimmy. Jimmy's about half a mile wide now, as he has just exponentially grown, right?
Yeah.
This creature jumping onto Jimmy's back shifts the weight of the entire island that you are essentially living on, even if just for a little bit. It goes, and
all right, everyone.
is ravenous and is immediately attacked.
Oh my gosh.
There's enough of you, and all of you have had to fill some form of a soldier role because of how dangerous the sea you are is. So everyone is able to attack, and nobody falls.
Nobody falls.
Nobody falls.
Dang, we're awesome. Holy crap.
But as this big creature attacks, the metallic parts of everyone's body seem to grow exponentially. Body Dog can no longer move as his legs have grown into these big, large metal stumps. He goes, Pac?
Body Dog, what's wrong?
I don't know what's happening to me.
Come on,
I don't
stand
know
up,
what's
stand
going
up.
on.
You got this. Stand up.
He is fully standing. He starts choking on something. I don't know what's... Body Dog starts choking as his jaw opens up, and he goes, and from the back of his throat, the muzzle of a gun grows in his mouth.
Get down!
You hear and he goes, and the barrel fires. An adult Puck sits up in bed, having woken up from this nightmare of your past. Your wife sits up as well and goes, "Oh, Puck, are you all right?"
I'm fine. It's that
It's all right. It's all right. She starts tracing with her finger the infinity symbol on a patch of your neck. That is one of the only parts of your body not covered in metal, the one place you can feel things. As she does to kind of calm you down when you wake up in this way.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
No.
Must get annoying. Being with a man who wakes up every night in fear.
You're worth it, all right? You always have been.
Thank you.
It's not a struggle. It's not an issue if it's for you. All right?
Before you go to bed, I think these nightmares are getting more frequent.
Oh.
And they're just going to get worse until I do something about it.
We haven't returned to that area of the Sea of Curses in some time.
Oh,
And the curses has stopped since you left, so is
I know.
a mental aspect of it.
Yes.
All right.
As long as I
You
have
know-
this curse on me, I don't think I'll ever stop thinking about it.
Well, yes, I suppose so. There does serve as a constant reminder. You know, we're the Nightmare Hunters, this entire group. Me, definitely. We're all searching for some way to get this off of you.
Well, yes. Yes, among, protecting others, but
Have you considered spending some time away from the Sea of Curses?
I haven't. Sea of Curses has been my entire life.
I
I
know,
don't know
I
if
know.
I'd survive out there.
Well, you're charming enough. You'd be fine. I
Come
don't
on.
wonder if, we live in the dimension of nightmares, right? If you're having nightmares, that might be the cause of it.
That does make quite a lick of sense if you think about it.
Yes, I suppose so. That's why I said it. I don't know.
What do you think we should do?
Well, I got a lead the other day.
Oh,
I've sent some messages out. You know, I get Pony Express newspapers from throughout the world.
oh yes, yes.
Correct. There's a man in the Sea of Wine who can turn objects into metal by touching them, and then turn them back into what they originally were. Our
that
people,
so?
the Penteo, are adaptable, but I believe this form, this natural armor that you have, you know, would probably still be there, just not metal.
I understand. I think I
don't
do.
know.
How do we get a hold of this man?
Well, you know, I might have gotten you a ticket already.
Oh, you shouldn't have. And I just
No,
turn around
I've
and I
saved
hug
it.
her.
Oh, all right. Oh, remember, you're made out of metal.
Oh, sorry.
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 I love you so much. Just let
I
me
love you
stand
too.
up first, please. And she fully wraps her arms and legs around you. She kisses you a bunch of time on that part of your neck that you can actually
Aw.
feel, and goes, "All right, I packed something for your trip. You know, snail mail, correct?"
I've vaguely heard of it from the other Nightmare Hunters.
Well, you know, you just say snail mail and then he appears. You hear
really?
underneath the bed, "What? You need me?" She goes, "No, snail mail, I was just proving a point." And the voice under the bed goes, "Oh, alright." No, it's
That's
fine.
insane!
Yes, he can take letters anywhere. You know, I want to keep in touch. It's not that I don't want to spend time away from you. It's just the Nightmare Hunters, you know, need me. I'm their blacksmith.
That is true.
And now that we're not killing Curseborn anymore, which goodness gracious, I've advocated for that for years.
Yeah,
You know,
it's quite
there's
interesting.
I understand that the nightmares are bad, right? Obviously, that's kind of the point of our organization, is to take them out.
Of course.
But it's just a lot of fighting, and I think with some of the newer changes, we can do a lot of good. And I don't know, a lot of it excites me. There's a lot of it I think I could do really well. But I don't want to hold you back from curing this curse you have. It won't be
Well-
forever.
Let's think about it. If anything, doing
Um,
a service, finding a way to cure this curse, will do good for the Nightmare Hunters. You know us, now we're rescuing instead of just fighting. We've started to rescue.
Oh,
What if we
yes,
come
no,
across a
absolutely.
situation where we find more people of the similar curse as me? What do we do then?
So I'm gonna say at this point you are standing on the ground and she's standing on top of your bed. She cups your head in her hands and she goes, "It's okay to do something that's only to help you.
Yes,
It's
of
okay
course.
to do things for yourself, Pock. Which is why you should go do this. Which is why I think this would be good for you."
All right. I will go. Just
All
don't
right.
do anything stupid when I'm gone.
No, of course not. Just gonna be
Don't-
making swords.
It's more than just
As I
swords.
do.
I've seen the kind of things you make. You're a master craftsmanship, and you've almost killed yourself with your own
Oh.
weapons.
Oh, yes. Speaking of how much of a master craftsman I am, she runs off into the blacksmithing part of your guys' living facility here in the Nightmare Hunter's base. She runs back and she has. Could you describe Pock's mask for me?
Hawks, it's a very humanoid face with a very straight looking face. The eyes are kind of they have a nice softer look to them, but
Oh yes.
but the mouth also has a seam from the lips going down to the bottom of the jaw. It looks like it can be used for opening and closing and stuff like that.
Oh, yes. She goes, yes, well, you know, your appearance may scare some people.
Dude, the amount of times I have gone on a mission and the people we're rescuing are terrified of me.
Yes, it is quite unfortunate. Well, I made this for you. It's not perfect, but, you know, people will... I don't know. You know, I love how you are, and I think you're perfect. It's just... It'll be better if people can talk to you, which is an unfortunate part of this curse, which is why we should cure it. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. This is why we should cure it. No, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You take this mask. She walks you out to the dock where a small, it looks like a whaler's ship, picks you up, and she waves bye to you at the end of the dock as you leave and takes you to a larger city here in the Sea of Curses, where a large ship picks you up. A very, very large ship.
Oh my gosh. It's
We
magnificent!
cut now. Oh yes. We will pick up with Pock soon. We cut now to Cherry Vivaldi. Cherry, could you give me a stealth check?
Oh no.
Oh
Already?
gosh.
Oh,
Getting right into the thick of it.
what do you mean? Stealth. What is my stealth? Goodness. I have a +2 to stealth. That's a 3 of spades and a 4 of hearts. Hearts is my chosen suit. So that's a. And
That is a 10 overall. That is a 8 plus your 2 to dexterity is a 10. You're
Bad.
attempting to move so silently. You're moving through as a part of your combat lesson. One-on-one lessons your dad got you with a tutor in explosion magic.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Miss Farfu, this Paniki woman, goes, Cherry, I can still see you. Sorry, wait, that's not her voice. Rewind. She goes, Cherry, I can still see you. Try again. Go back to the beginning. Try again. See, explosion isn't just about explosions. You should know this. Alright? It's about finding the right time to give them everything you've got, which means stealth will be an important part of it.
Well, she's busy blabbing. I got a 19.
A 19 on stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have her make a perception check. That is a 10 plus 5 is a 15. She goes, oh, very well done. I am quite impressed. Cherry, where are you?
I'll come back out of hiding.
She goes to explode a wooden box in this kind of like training area you guys have that has like props in there and like set pieces for like what you would find in the Sea of Wine.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to explode it and you pop out from behind her. She goes, oh my. You know, I knew you weren't you weren't in that box when I exploded it. I want to clarify.
You better have.
Yeah, right.
Give me an insight check.
I know she's lying. That's an ace of not my chosen suit and a 6. So that's like a intelligence, insight,
Wisdom.
wisdom. Oh, equally as bad. -2.
-2. Hard to read. She goes, all right. Well, let's go over what we have learned today, and then we can go on forward.
Right.
This Paniki woman, Miss Farfu, who you have been training with for a few years now. Your father sends one of his many people to come pick you up, drop you off. We cut to a week later. It is your weekly lesson. One of your dad's goons essentially picked you up by the scruff of your neck and brought you back here. It has been a very, very rough week for the Vivaldi family. Cherry, you were not doing good.
Oh. Is
drop
this
back
the week
in.
I think it is?
It is not. It is just
Okay.
a
Just a bad week.
regular bad week. Yes.
Mhm.
To the point the Vivaldi family is so toxic. You're probably on the verge of tears, but you don't have a you can't, cry.
I'm a big, strong man. I'm not allowed to cry.
Uh Miss Fluffy goes, "Oh, so she walks in holding like a clipboard going over specific stuff. Goes, "All right, Cherry, well, welcome to your lesson. Oh, Mr. Vivaldi, are you all right?"
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Clearly you're
Just get on
not.
with the lesson. Just
Well, all right. No, you're not going to speak to your teacher that way. Also, you, are you? And she gets really close to you, like less than a foot away, and puts her hands on your head. Again, Paniki woman, Batwoman here in the Sea
right.
of Wine, brought here specifically to be your specialist, right?
Mhm.
Kind of, it feels like she's just playing with your hair for a
Mhm.
second. She pushes your scalp aside. She goes, "You are bleeding at the base of your horns."
It's fine. It's fine. I kind of push her hands away from my head. I
All
know
right, all right.
if I whine, if I complain about anything that has happened to me, I know that she has to report it to my dad.
Yes,
So I'm
absolutely.
just keeping my mouth shut and be like, "Stop calling me Cherry. You know my name's Costanzo. You know you have to call me Costanzo until the thing."
Look, I was brought here to help you specifically, but I was also brought here to pay off. You don't need to know that.
I
Basically,
already know it.
not everyone is afraid of your father. He commands with fear. He does not command with respect. And I can work with him, and I can make this work, and I can be here, and I can help you, Costanzo, and I can make it work. It's just, I don't know. I don't like him treating you that way. Look, what do you want to do today?
I just want to do the drill, get it over with, so I can go back home and go back
Cherry,
into my room and
what do you want to do today?
just get this over with. Just get this over with.
All right, we'll get it over with. She's not there next week. Have a new
Fucking knew it.
person. You have a new trainer. This old grumpy state of man. He goes, "All right, drill number one," and is much more rough with you. You leave every lesson partially exploded, like soot marks and everything covering you. Multiple times he's exploded limbs from the inside before, like he's lost arms and legs that he will begrudgingly walk over and heal back into place.
You're a son of a bitch.
All right, that's 10 more drills, and I'm telling your father everything you tell me.
My little hooves go as fast as they can.
We cut to a few years later. You're in one of the upper stories of your family's, one of your family's many safe houses here in the Sea of Wine.
Right.
Also, they also definitely have safe houses in the Sea of Tears as well, as
Makes
the Sea of
sense.
Wine
Makes
and the Sea of Tears share the same dimension and make up the Sea of Cycles.
My father's a very paranoid man.
You watch. You heard earlier something about your siblings going on a big thing. You were not allowed to be told, as at this point you have started to become their. What term would you like to use?
What exactly are you looking for? Is this?
You've
Scapegoat,
become
if you
their
will.
drug dog.
Oh yeah, the absolution party where I become their glaze inspector.
Yes, absolutely. Where
When I was a wee lad of 16.
you are forced by your family to essentially bring you super close to an overdose practically daily on glaze.
Yummy.
Yeah.
To then bring you back to test drugs, make sure they are not laced with anything, but also to keep you docile.
I love my family
Shout out
so
family.
much.
You're
Oh, that's
you
all
are
awesome
coming
feelings out
down
there.
from a week-long high, again forced on you against your will. You are in the upper floor. I'll say you're in the third floor of a three-story building. You're in this kind of like lonely attic by yourself. There are people in the lower floors, but you're kind of shut away up here. There's like a couch and a bed, maybe.
It's never Dad's favorite.
And you see that there's this round window on one wall where all the light is coming through. You hear commotion happening downstairs,
That's no good.
and there's stuff happening outside of this building.
Ooh, shit. That's not
You
a
knew
really
a
good
lot
sign.
of your siblings were leaving to do a thing this morning. What do you do?
Just another mission run. Just another mission run.
What do you do, Cherry, as you hear this commotion?
I'm gonna peek my. I'm not. Yeah, I'm trained, but I've never been like really sent on any of the actual runs, and I've just got the most wicked kind of. Like I'm coming back down.
Yeah, like
I'm not feeling good.
it is hard. It is hard to take in sunlight. Your eyes have to adjust for a few seconds as you look out the window,
I'm
and
just
you see
trying to see.
you see your father's men carrying a body underneath a white sheet.
Is it familiar?
It's covered, so you can't tell. But they bring in a few more, and then more. You see your father angrily stomp into the lower floors of this building, and yell and scream and throw people against walls and smash furniture over the heads of people as all of these covered bodies are brought into this house. And you watch as everyone is sent to leave. Your father has forgotten that you are here.
My father doesn't usually do this for any of the goons or other like any of the other Gilgamore
get-
family.
Real close to the trap door, and you hear your father, thinking he is alone in this house, wail and very loudly mourn and sob and scream and yell in pure anguish. As you counted the bodies coming in, it's the same number of your siblings that went on that mission that morning.
Shit. No, it can't be. It can't be them. It can't.
Do you go down?
Yeah, I'm going through the list of the names. Like, Frankie's better than that. Jacob would have seen an attack coming. It can't be them. It can't. It really can't.
You head slowly down this ladder, and you see the bodies of all of your siblings. Out
All
on this
of them,
floor.
or
All the ones that went on that mission.
yeah.
You see your father is distraught. You see his nice upper outer coat with the Vivaldi crest is soaked in his own tears and blood as he's been holding the corpses of his children. Not a nice man, but he's clearly mourning these children very hard. Give me a stealth check. I mean, do you want him to see you, or are you just trying to slowly see this?
I think I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to see if Edith was also there, because she was in charge of the lead.
Question about
Yeah.
the backstory you gave me. Was Edith one of the ones that died?
No, it was
Then no. Edith is not there.
Frankie, Georgina, Haley, Elizabeth, and Jacob. Jacob, Elizabeth, Haley, Georgina, and Frankie died. Edith made it out.
So what's that stealth check? I mean, sorry, I don't want to make you make a stealth check if you are not trying to stealth.
I think in my days it's kind of hard to be sneaky, but there is a necessity to kind of not be in the line of sight of my father.
Yeah.
But that was an 8 and a 5, and I think I have a +2 to stealth.
So 8 and a 5 is a 13. That is a 15. He makes
15.
he makes this check with a deficiency as he is currently mourning many of his children. He got a 13. He does not see you there as you are slowly you go down the ladder from the trapdoor from the 3rd floor, which is really just an attic, down to the 2nd floor, and you're on the stairs. From the 2nd floor to the 1st floor, you see him there. You see him holding Frankie, and he's speaking Seder to himself. He's like rocking back and forth with this child in his arms. Now, Frankie's not, a child anymore. He's an adult, right?
Yeah, she was 21.
She was 21. Right.
The youngest member, Jacob, was 15.
Yes. I'll say he's holding Jacob then. And he's just muttering to himself. It should have been Cherry.
I'm on these stairs. I'm not fully dressed. I'm in my little white button-down shirt that I go to sleep in. It's a mess. I'm a mess.
Right.
I'm looking at my 5 dead younger siblings.
Yep.
Which my father cleared the attack even though Alfina told him not to. And he's wishing it was me. And I just kind of start silently sobbing and I try to hold myself together to keep quiet and out of the way of my dad. But damn, I know I might be next. I gotta get out of here. I should have gotten out of here after my absolution.
I'm gonna need another stealth check as you attempt to leave this building.
Ooh.
Your younger siblings were not nice to you. They were not the best to you.
No one in this family was.
No one in this family was. No one in this family has been, and none of them will be. So maybe it's some weird declaration that you're gonna live a better life that they never got, or maybe it's just purely self-preservation. You make your way out of the building. What'd you get on that stealth check?
I think it is a pure self-preservation thing at this moment.
Got it.
Oh shit! This isn't right. It's a queen and a 3.
A queen and a 3. That is a 15.
Yeah.
Plus your dexterity.
+2.
+2 is a 17. I got a 15 plus 1 is a 16.
Whew.
With a deficiency. Your father does not notice as you tiptoe out of the room. You get within 3 feet of him, but he is just so in anguish. You have to, right?
Do I have to go back up to my room to grab my coat and my hat and?
You go up and you grab your things and you come down and he's in the same position. He's still holding Jacob.
I just sneak along the wall. I'm just looking at him.
Yeah.
You poor son of a bitch.
You're stepping over your siblings.
I'm assuming they're missing some limbs.
Oh yeah. Real bad stuff.
Can I make a constitution check to not vomit?
I was gonna say give me a medicine check. You can give me that constitution check, if you will.
9 and a 7 constitution. My constitution's really good. +4 to constitution. And then a medicine check, you said?
Yes, a medicine check.
That's wisdom.
That's a 4 and a 9.
What'd you get on that?
-2.
Sorry, what'd you get on that constitution?
I forgot. I remember it was good.
Let's just say for flavor wise, you throw up in your mouth, but because of your stealth check, you don't like throw about.
Yeah.
Right. It's purely just gross. On that medicine check with that -2, you're not sure exactly what happened to these
Mhm.
to your siblings. A lot of them are mostly covered by this white sheet.
Right.
It's extremely bloody is what you can tell, and it was like physical, right? Like if someone died from just psychic damage, it wouldn't show. They would just be like they might look like they're asleep. These people clearly died in an extremely violent way. Now, whether that's with swords or guns or bows or any type of magic, you can't tell.
All right.
You continue outward. You get your coat, you get your hat. The Sea of Wine is always at daytime, and so you have your hat to cover your face as
Oh,
the.
yay.
Oh, actually, do you want to describe what your character
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
now?
Well, where do I start? Do I start before the whole absolution thing, or do I just right?
I feel as if the absolution is a secret we should keep for a little bit
Cool,
longer,
cool.
because it'll play
Okay.
into some stuff.
Good to know. Right now, me, Constanzo Vivaldi. Right.
Yes,
I'm 26.
that is
I've got
your
a
name.
long life to
Correct.
live, but I look really rough. My nose to my upper lip is see-through. You can see the skull inside. It does have like a uranium green like glaze over it, but you can see my top teeth and the bone in the nose all of the time, and the top of my neck starting to go down and starting to also have that green like clearness, and you can see my innards. I've got my little mobster fedora hat with the orange feather in it that like has the holes for my horns that wrap around my ears, and I've got a dark brown fur with my large goat-like ears with little cream spots on it, and my goat satyr legs also dark brown, and I have a longer tail. It's a little bit like a skinny tail that comes out to a little bit of a fluff, and underneath the fur crop top coat I'm wearing a little white button up with the orange tie and the gray vest over with the crop top fur coat. I got my family ring on. Yeah.
You make your way out of this building. Give me what type of check should this be to get off this place as soon as possible?
A fun time check.
I mean, probably.
Ooh. Give me a charisma check, because I think this is a lot of intimidating people, and this is a lot of talking to people.
Also, my father was never public with me, so I'm not really knowable.
True.
I do
But
have
you have the Vivaldi ring,
I
which
do.
can carry you a lot, especially in this part of the Sea of Wine.
I know the meaning of the name, like I know the importance. I just know that I'm not a public figure.
Right, of course.
That's a 6 and a jack. Neither of my chosen suit plus a 4.
6 and a jack is a 17, plus a 4 is a 21. You strong hand your way. There is a group of seemingly intersea mercenaries. A small group. They have a small boat with like 4 people. There's like this elvish captain with 2 Patissa crewmates, which are the bird people in this world, and a Kanoko crewmate as well, which are the mushroom people. They let you on your boat after you promise them money and also threaten them just to go anywhere else, right? Their next stop is in the Sea of Curses, towards a large city. Once you are there, Sea of Curses, bad place, right? You
Anywhere's better
immediately
than
hate
here,
it.
though.
It immediately sucks. Nightmarish visions of your father appear all around you whenever you sleep, and sometimes when you're awake as well.
Ooh.
But yeah, you once you land in the city, you go, oh, I need to get off of here as fast as possible. You spot there is a large boat. A large boat you know well. This is the Somnius Areteus. A boat, a cruise ship, essentially, this large vacation spot that tours throughout all the 12 seas. You know about this, Cherry, because you know it is a front for the Gilgamore family, the rival crime family to your family, the Vivaldi, right? But now you've left the Vivaldi family. So if you want safety, going with the Gilgamore might be the best bet, because that would be the last place the Vivaldi would look for you.
That's true. I also know that the Gilgamore family has closer ties, while Vivaldi was kind of, you do the job, you get paid, you go home.
Absolutely. There's a lot more loyalty within the Gilgamore family, while still being this evil, nasty
Crime syndicate.
organization within the world of the 12 Mystic Seas.
Hooray!
You threaten with some explosion magic, you make some cool stealth checks, you're able to get enough money to purchase a ticket and aboard this ship. Hawk, Cherry, and Louis will all start next time on this ship together. This will be the end of our episode. Episode 1 done.
Oh boy.
See, if you guys hadn't made such cool characters, we wouldn't have had to spend so long going over your backstories.
Whatever. We still have like a.
You didn't communicate with me what part of my backstory I was talking
And then
about.
we got 100 years left on me.
Yeah.
So.
That is true. I mean, I wanted to give a little bit because I do think your backstories are so cool. And for this podcast, I'm okay with the audience knowing more than
That's
the
fair.
characters do.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more cinematic. I feel like it's more of a good
like
story
a good
that
twist
way.
villain, you know?
But there is still so much here to go over with everyone's backstory. Like, I did not want to reveal all of it.
Yeah, because it's part of the mystery. This is
Part
only
of the mystery is
episode
part of the
one.
fun,
of the
is part of the
mystery.
discovery.
This has been episode 1 of Tales from the 12 Mystic Seas, Campaign A. If you haven't listened to the B Team campaign yet, check it out on the same channel. If you had a good time, please consider leaving us a review on your podcast app of choice. Thank you for listening, and good night, wherever you may be.